Hello, my name is Dr. Anthony Basil, and I'll be the lecturer for our MBA module Innovation Management. You'll be able to contact me at abasil, A-B-A-S-I-E-L, @gmail.com. Now, whenever you do email me, what we ask you to do is to make sure that in the subject header, you put your name and then the name of the module. This should also be for any file attachments at all. Please do this, because if I don't have your name in the subject, then it's difficult for me to keep track of who you are. Also, for every class, we're asking you to please bring your laptop or smartphone, because we'll be logging online to a number of different resources that we'll be showing you. We'll hopefully be using Teams, text chat, and that's an option to also contact me. But you can reach me on WhatsApp if there's an emergency on 44-771-99-87-99. Now, one of the things that we'll really be looking forward to in this course is that you're working together, you're researching together. We want you to get a study partner. We want you to have at least one person that you're going to be working on the assessment with, because the assessment will be a presentation, and we'll be going into that in more detail, where two people are presenting together. Another action that we're looking for in this module, please, in the emails that we're going to be sending out this video, we're going to ask you to please make sure that you contact each other and set up a WhatsApp group, so that way you're able to communicate with each other, as well as the various platforms that I'll be showing you in a moment. So remember, it's not plagiarism if you're sharing these various resources and any websites or information that you have in order to do your assessment presentations at the end of the module. As long as you're referencing everything, that will be fine. Okay, so let's have a quick review of the accounts that we're expecting you to have. And so we're going to ask you to make sure that you have access to these. Try to log in and create accounts, or if you already have the account, test it out before the first lesson. We will be using Moodle as the learning management system, and that means that you'll be doing your assessment submission through here. We'll be talking more about the assessment later on, but we'll also have our weekly recordings and various resources available there. The Teams account, we'll be getting back to you on that. That's being created right now, so that we'll have a central location to do our web video conferencing. So we'll be meeting on the middle 4 weeks online, whereas the first week on the 1st of March will be 2-day sessions face-to-face, and then the last sessions face-to-face. Klaxon is another account that we're going to be looking at, and so we'd like you to please go to Klaxon, KLAXOON.com, and take a look at that account, create one, and start playing around with the different resources and templates they have. Okay, and now we're going to look at some additional resources that we'll be using in the module. So it would be very good if you can go to these sites and create an account or log in and start looking at the resources. We have GoVenture, Insta360, Figma, and ChatGPT. So in the GoVenture website, you'll see that we have an entrepreneurship simulation that we're going to be looking at over the course of the semester. And we would like you to find the button to play the simulation. You'll need to do a free registration and try it out. If you do that beforehand, that gives us an advantage that you're familiar with the way to navigate and use the simulation. There's also the Insta360, which is an augmented reality camera. We'll be bringing that in to introduce that to you as an innovation that can be used in business. Figma is a software and online community for people that are doing what we call user experience. And so in the assessment that we'll be talking about more later, you'll have an opportunity to review your company website, identify an area that can be improved, and then create a mock-up, or what we call wireframe or prototype, like a simulation of that improvement that will be the presentation for the assessment. And then we can't avoid it. Artificial intelligence is here to stay, and so we're going to be asking you to familiarize yourself with any AI generators that you've explored, and in particular ChatGPT. We'll be also looking for you to add that to your references when you're putting things together for the assessment. So here are some other websites that we're asking you before we meet in face-to-face to have a look at. Here you can see projectmanagement.com. You'll find a collection of tools and training materials that you can use. You do not have to go for the professional account. Use the free account and start to familiarize yourself with that. Another website that we will be looking at is called Canva, and this is a fantastic website that can be used for a number of different graphics. In particular, if you're looking to generate graphics, they have an artificial intelligence and AI image generator that we can explore. So please take a look at that. The next one is called Systems Innovation Network. So the SI network is fantastic. There's a number of resources that we're going to be looking at. So when we are doing business innovation, we're going to be looking at it from a systems analysis approach. So our next slide is taking a look at the resources that are available for the presentation assessment. We'll be getting into a lot more detail with that in the first lesson. You can find the assessment description as well in Moodle. But what we would like you to do is to take a look at various presentation software, decide what you want to use. If you have the Microsoft Office PowerPoint account, you're welcome to use that. There is a free version of that called Open Office, so you may want to take a look at that as well. A variation on that, which allows you to zoom in and out of the slides, would be Prezi. So you may want to have a look at Prezi and see if you become familiar with that software, using that for the assessment. And there's another fantastic animation tool called Powtoons, and we would be expecting you to explore that as a way of marketing, promoting, having a brief ad to get interest in your presentation. One of the safety elements, whenever we're working in projects, we're talking about risk management. We expect you to back up your slides. All the work that you're doing, every time you make something, whether it's for the presentation or some text or literature that you're reviewing, please make sure that you back that up. There are a number of different resources there that you can explore. And our final slide here looks a little bit at reading list. Because we're doing this as a project, one of the areas that we're going to be expecting you to become familiar with when you're doing research is the methodology. How are you collecting data, which is going to inform the changes to your company website? That's what the assessment will be going into more detail in order to make an improvement and an innovation for your business. And you can see here some suggestions that we want you to start looking through, as well as other reading lists will be case studies, falsification, critical incident technique. And again, part of what we're doing is having you look at your business website from the point of view of one of your clients or customers, the stakeholders involved in your business. And so we'll be looking at some of these resources in terms of UX, user experience, something like a 5-part sprint, a fantastic website from Jacob Nielsen, and a very good resource that we would like you to log in and get a free access to is medium.com. All right, well, I hope this introduction and induction here has been helpful. Please try to do this before we start with our first class, and if you have any questions, please do email me. Thanks very much. Bye now.